There comes a moment when you realize life isn't working because simply you are not being authentic. You are not being who you are called to be. You are not being yourself. You're trying to fit in with others. You're showing up as someone you're not. You have to show up as your truest self to be rewarded. You start showing up as yourself, everything shifts. Your environment shifts, your life shifts. Things start to come into play for you because you're showing up authentically as yourself. A lot of the times, more people are trying to be someone else or be something that they're not. And that's where problems arise. Show up authentically as yourself, certain things start to align in your life. People, opportunities, places, jobs, careers, everything starts to align to who you are because you're showing up as your authentic self. The universe has no other choice but to reward you for being who you are and who you've been called to be. It also has no other desire for you but to step into who you are. Truly, authentically. I'm going to teach you how and why it is important to show up authentically as yourself so that the universe can reward you. Speak your truth even if your voice shakes. Even if you get nervous, even if you're like, if I tell this person this, it's going to make them feel this way, or if I say this, it's going to make them feel different about whatever it is. But it is your truth, it is how you feel at the end of the day. All right, number 2, set boundaries even if it feels uncomfortable. Okay, set boundaries. Boundaries are important, okay? Especially when you're navigating who you are and your authentic self. It is important to set boundaries because if you do not, people will just walk over you. I am a testament to that. I had a lot of people that came into my life and just ran over me, walked over me because of me not setting any boundaries, the lack of love, the wanting to people please others, the wanting to make other people happy before my own needs. That has definitely stopped. I would like to give myself a round of applause. No, but seriously, set boundaries even if you feel uncomfortable, okay? I know it can feel uncomfortable trying to tell people, hey, this is what I am not going to tolerate. This is not what I'm going to deal with. I know. But you have to do it in this world. You have to do it, okay? We walk among some really interesting people. If you're not setting any boundaries, if you're not telling people what it is and what it isn't, they will just take it for whatever they want. You don't need that. 3, choose what feels right even if no one gets it, okay? Not everyone is going to understand you. Not everyone is going to get who you are. Not everyone is going to understand your complex layers. Some people are just not going to get you, and you have to be okay and understand that no one's going to understand you all the time. Hell, you might even feel like people in the world don't understand you. You might feel misunderstood majority of the time. Hence, talking to myself. I am misunderstood. I am perceived before I'm even spoken to. I sometimes have to remember that everyone is also not like me. So I have to operate differently. I have to show up in relationships differently. I have to show up in connections differently just based on who I am. But being misunderstood in a world of others can be difficult to navigate. It can be difficult to be like, well, why doesn't no one understand me? I'm just trying to share my story or share my side or my perspective, but you're still misunderstood. And you have to be okay with being misunderstood a lot of the times. The right people will hear you correctly. The right people will hear you and where you're coming from. And that's when you'll know these are the people that you want to keep in your circle because they hear you differently, because they understand your story, because they understand you. Example, I had, a time that I was not true to myself. I feel like mainly in relationships where I showed up as a person that they wanted, and then in the process of neglecting myself because I'm trying to show up as a person that they wanted, and they weren't showing up as a person that I would want them to show up as. So I neglected myself and didn't stay true to my core values, to my boundaries, and what I wasn't going to accept. So that is, damn, you ain't never got to come that close to my car, sir. I can't believe you just did that. Okay. So that was a moment where I did not stay true to myself. I sacrificed a lot for a lot of people and I neglected myself. So those are moments where I had to stay true to myself in majority of relationships that I had, knowing that I deserved better, knowing that I wasn't authentically being myself fully for myself, not for anyone else, just for myself. A lot of people are not going to show up the way that you want them to, period, bottom line. The only person that can show up the way you want them to is yourself. Okay, honey? The universe rewards you when you stay true to yourself, because you're not going off on the deep end. You're setting your boundaries. You're letting people know what it is and what it isn't. But the universe rewards you for you staying true to yourself is because you have your own unique design and you have your own unique code. No one has the code that you possess. No one has the code that you carry. So if you're trying to be like someone else, or if you're trying to operate as someone else, the universe doesn't know who you are. The universe is confused. They're like, wait, we put this unique code inside of you, and you're choosing to be someone else that we did not design you to be, or that we created you to be. You're choosing to be a total opposite. How can we bless you and reward you for being false? How can we bless you and reward you for being something that you're not and you were never designed to be? For example, we have people in the world who's looking alike, is copy paste, and literally looking the exact same. And it's honestly a mental illness, but that's another topic for another day. But you guys are okay to look alike and act alike and talk alike and be alike, and you're so afraid to be unique and different and having your own fingerprint, your own blueprint, that you're like, okay, it's easier for me to fit in and be like someone else so I can get to a bag, or I can get to money if I copy myself, or if I go and copy somebody else and be just like them. How do you expect the universe to reward you if you're choosing to be just like everybody else? If you're choosing to operate just like everyone else? The universe is confused. You're confusing the universe. They're like, wait, so you want to be this, or do you want to be that? Or do you want to be what we designed you to be, or do you want to be someone else? The universe is conflicted. The universe is like, we didn't program you to be this way. We didn't put these gifts inside of you to act this way. We didn't give you this talent for you to be something that you're not. We gave you these gifts. Willpower, your own freedom, your choice of you have free will, and you're choosing to be exactly what we did not program for you to be. We didn't program for you to be this way, so this is what you're choosing to do. Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. It will never make sense to me. I would never try to be anybody else that I'm not. Only want to be myself, and that's the gift, and that's the glory of it all. The universe will reward you when you're stepping into the authentic version of yourself and being you. And that's the beauty of it. When you have people that copy you, look at it as admiration. Look at it as like, wow, I inspire you. Wow. Like I was saying, the universe rewards you for you being yourself authentically and wholeheartedly. How do you guys think that when certain people like make it to a certain level of fame or a certain level of heights, that they usually make it because they are themselves wholeheartedly? They're not trying to be anyone else but themselves. You never seen that before. It's rare. You're like, wow, we never seen that. That's new. That's shiny. Oh my God. You're not like anybody else. So we like that. You have your own unique design. There's no reason why you want to be like anybody else, or you should want to be like anybody else. You are authentically you for a reason, and use that. Use it to your best advantage, because no one else has the codes that are inside of you. No one else can possess the same codes that you have. You are designed uniquely from God. Also, it's just to place you in alignment. You being yourself can get you right on track to where your destiny is, where your purpose is, because you are walking in your alignment. Sometimes it's not just about just only on the spiritual aspect, but really just being in alignment with who you are. So then that way, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, can give you exactly what you want and exactly what you need. I'll be honest with you. A lot of the times we're walking around trying to impress others, but not trying to impress God, not trying to impress ourselves. We walk around trying to impress others by having all these other things go on materialistically, but like be filthy in the inside. Spirits off. You don't fast. You don't take care of yourself. You're not where you need to be in your life, but you want to chase material things, so then that way you can impress others. That's interesting. Young age, we're taught to be somebody we're not sometimes. A lot of the times our parents are teaching us to be like them, and what the way of the world is also teaching us and molding us to be like what the way of the world is. And we forget we have our sole purpose and we have a sole mission to literally discover who we are. Why am I looking on the outside to figure out who I am when everything is on the inside? Everything lies inside of me. Why am I looking on the outside world to be like, oh, this is what I am? No. And this is the thing. A lot of the times we all wear masks. We're pretending to be somebody we're not. We're trying to impress people. We literally don't even know who we are half of the times. We don't even know what our purpose is. We don't know what we're doing. We're just walking around soulless and just hoping, just have hope. Just have that hope. And the truth is like the people that are wearing masks and pretending to be somebody that they're not is more damaging than anything. It's more harmful than anything because you're portraying somebody that you're not, and you're walking around in this world that portraying somebody else. How do you expect to be blessed? God cannot bless somebody who's wearing a mask. Only God can bless somebody that's being their real, authentic self. Because God knows who He created, and you're too busy trying to be somebody else. Why? Ask yourself, where are you pretending to be somebody that you're not? What parts of you that aren't really fully being expressed? What parts of you that you're hiding? Also, ask yourself, okay, yeah, that's it. Okay. Even if your voice shakes, even if you're scared, people won't like everything that you have to say. People won't like everything you have to do. Like for myself, I'm creating YouTube videos and I'm speaking to people who are willing to listen. Not everybody's going to have positive feedback. Not everyone is going to like what I have to say. Not everyone's going to agree with what I've said. But that's something that I have to deal with. That's something that I probably won't even have to deal with at all. I just simply don't worry about those things. But I would be discrediting, or I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't speak about these topics, if I did not fully express myself and what bothers me in this world, or fully be open and being vulnerable with you guys and letting you guys know where I am on my journey, but also waking up and showing other people what it's like to step into your power, but also empowering others. Even if my voice shakes, even if it's not always my best delivery, even if people are offended, even if people don't like what I have to say, it's my truth. It's what I like. It's what I agree with. You don't have to agree with it. But also, there's other people that are out there in this world that wants to hear your voice, that wants to hear what you have to say, that want to hear your story. So even if you don't feel like you're perfect or you're good enough, or you still have so much to work on, and you just feel like you're set back and you don't know what it is that you want to do, whatever it is, do it. Even if it makes you scared, even if it makes you uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, the universe will reward you just simply taking those first few steps to be authentically yourself and not try to be like someone else. That's another thing. Seeking other people's approval. I'm going to probably talk about that in another video, but making the choice that reflects you and how you feel and what your real desires are is important. Not the version that you think that people are going to approve of and like. Like, if I pretend to be this person, people are going to like this person better. And then ignoring the true person that is inside you. Ignoring the true person and the true essence that you were literally gifted from God. Not pretending to be someone else. Again, like I said, the universe only rewards people who are walking authentically in their purpose, people who are brave enough to live their lives authentically, people who are willing to drop the mask, people who are willing to just step up and be the best version of themselves and not pretend and not hide and not suppress who they are, will be rewarded. Simple as that. It feels good to be yourself. It feels good to walk into your authentic self. It feels good not to have to pretend to be somebody you're not, when you know that's not you. If you're loud, if you're courageous, if you have, or if you're shy, you're timid, whatever it is that makes you you, continue to be you, because that's how you're rewarded. And sometimes a lot of us are afraid to step out of our comfort zone. A lot of us are afraid to be seen. A lot of us are afraid to be heard. A lot of us are afraid of those things because the world has made us feel small, or even suppressed us, or even made us feel useless and worthless, or the world had literally put us in a place where We hid ourselves because we know that it's more comfortable, it's more safe. No one can hurt us, no one can touch us, no one can do anything to us. Which, once you heal from those things, you realize no one in this world can touch you. No one in this world can keep you from your destiny. No one in this world can keep you from your goals. Only but you. It changes your whole perspective. So be the best version that you know how to be. Show up as yourself. Show up as the authentic self that is inside of you. And if you have those moments where you don't feel like showing up for yourself, relax. Take a deep breath. Go get some rest. But at the end of the day, you are called to step into your purpose. You are called to step into who you are and authentically be yourself. So step into yourself. Stop being afraid of yourself. Number one, love yourself. Take care of yourself. Be you. Because there is no one like you. No one can be like you but you.